What does that mean? Stupid, and that I talk about it. You could tell me. Okay, I share, right? You share with me later. Okay. That means that some people, their sexual interests is directed towards people of the same gender. I call that a sexual orientation towards people of the same sex. Orientation. Should listen to my words. People who have this orientation. Because some people use tendency or inclination. Not enough to me. When you are gay, you are oriented, and not only tendency. A tendency is that you are inclined. But it is no choice. There is no inclination. You can do this, you can do that, but you are more inclined to go this way. No. To be homo is not to be inclined or have this tendency, but to have this orientation. Let's be clear. It's an orientation, no choice. That is the first thing I like to clarify when I talk about homosexuality. Have the orientation, not inclination or not tendency, orientation. Secondly, I like to make the distinction. I don't like to use the term homosexuality. Is not, it's ambiguous. It's not clear what you mean. It's often misused. The word homosexuality can mean somebody who is gay or lesbian, or it can also mean somebody who lives, who acts as gay or lesbian. And it is not the same. You can be a lawyer without living without what is it? Practicing, yeah. You can be a lawyer without practicing your quality. You can be a medical doctor, but you don't practice your art. You don't practice your skill because you are retired. Or you are a social worker, you have changed job, but you are still a medical doctor, you are still having this qualification. Nobody can deny. But how you live with it is another thing. But you are a qualified doctor, you are a qualified lawyer, registered lawyer. But does not mean that you practice your gift of your quality. And that's why I make the distinction between being homosexual and acting, living, expressing as a homosexual. It's not the same thing. Like this doctor has not to practice his skill. So there are homosexuals having this orientation who don't express it, live it because they are 14 or 15 or 16 of age. Or there are homosexuals who, like me, I'm not homosexual, I'm straight, but who live in celibacy. It's a cross, I tell you. But that is my cross. It's not your cross. So, I am a heterosexual who does not live in heterosexual activities, whatever you call it. And so you can be homo also in living a celibate life. I don't say you have to, but you can. It's possible. Some people are and do this way. That's why I like to make this distinction before I go on. Okay. Now, there is a very old discussion. What is the origin or the cause of being homosexual? Why are some people homosexual? is a very, quite already, very old, say 50, 60 years or whatsoever, discussion about experts, about psychologists and all kinds of qualified people. We are not. But still we have read books and we know about ourselves and we have our common sense. So we also can read and have our opinion. And we read that there are 3 schools explaining of 3 opinions, giving the origin of being homosexual. Some schools say it's only nature. Other schools say it's only nurture. And the third direction say that is the combination of the 2. You may say, not important, that does not change the facts. It is very important how you see these theories. Because if it is true that certain schools, many schools, would say the origin is nature, is genes, is only physical, nothing can be done about it. Like your race. You cannot change your race. Nobody will expect you to change your race. Or your age is a product of your life, and at a certain moment due to nature and the physical, you are having this age. Only nature. Other schools say, no, it's only nurture, only environment, it's only upbringing, nothing from being born that way, but how they treated you, how the context you experienced and how you grew up, especially if, say, your father or whatever was absent or did not do or expected a boy instead of a girl, I don't know what, but due to influences at home, nurture, some people become homosexuals. Another school, nurture, not nature, given that physical, genes born that way, but you have become that way because of your environment, context, and blah, blah, blah. I'm, of course, not a professional, but I'm also not stupid. And I have chosen to be in the middle way, the third school. But I see, and I've read quite a number of books, but I know experience like you, but I have met and have contact with quite a number of you. To me, it is the result of a certain upbringing to people who are susceptible for it. There is a physical base, and in your nature, in your physical body, in your genes, there is a disposition, and if the disposition happens to be in an environment that is conducive to becoming a homosexual. I mean to say, these 2 factors come together. It's not only upbringing. I don't believe that. You can say 4 or 5 children, there's rubbish of course, but you can say 4 or 5 children, why should only one of the boys be homo? There are 3 boys. They are of course not in the same condition, not born at the same time, and there are differences in their upbringing. But to me, it is always more than only upbringing. There's only a physical disposition that because of this natural element in you and in this environment, what comes out is having this homosexual orientation. Okay, that is the question about cause of origin and the 3 schools. It is important, as we see